Hey everybody, it's Ryan. So I just got this goodie box in the mail, and a couple days ago, WD-40 got a hold of me, and they asked me if I had known about their specialist line of products, and they asked me if I'd be willing to try some of them out. So this video that I'm going to be doing, I decided that what I had asked them to do was to send me some of the stuff, and I'll make a video on it because, well, I've never done a grease gun video on how to replace the grease in a grease gun. So we figured that would be a good idea. I'm not someone to turn down free goodie stuff. So let's see what we all got in here. Let's start off with this. There's some really, I've never seen WD-40 in a non-aerosol can with a trigger. That's kind of weird to me. This is the WD-40 Trigger Pro non-aerosol. Just your typical WD-40 can, kind of like this one. The two different things here is that this one has a flexible reach, which I think is kind of cool because you can get it down into tighter spots. Let's just kind of point this in the safe direction. Ooh, yeah. Alright, so we got those two. That's just normal WD-40, which, you know, everybody knows the WD-40 name. Let's see what else we got here. Now, this is their specialist line. Like I said, I didn't know that they even had a specialist line, so this is all new to me. They sent us some rust release penetrant spray. Travis is going to use this afternoon with blue torch technology. Freeze corroded nuts and bolts, penetrates rust, fast acting. All right, so it seems like normal WD-40 on steroids. That's what it sounds like. We got some degreaser here, power solve technology. High flash point, 202 degrees Fahrenheit, no residue, multi-service, and low fumes. I'm going to actually throw some of this stuff. Sprays like a can of WD-40. Yeah, it doesn't really have much of a degreaser smell, which is good. Alright, so 2 spray cans. What do we got here? We got lubricant, which is to prevent rust up to 1 year, basically just for chains and stuff. So this, to me, seems like it might be like a longer term effectiveness than rather to loosen rusted parts like traditional WD-40 is. As many of you guys know, we use WD-40 for just about everything. When I heard that they'd send us stuff, I mean, I was a little excited because who doesn't love all this stuff? Now, this is what I'm going to be making a video on. I'll listen back out. I have another can in here. This is machine and engine degreaser, and this is a foaming spray. Use on everything, all farm equipment, tractors, forklifts, chains, stuff like that. Cool. I'm sure we'll get a lot of use out of this. Now, the last 3 things that we got here are grease, and this is what I'm going to be doing the video on as far as how to change the grease in a grease gun. So we've got true multi-purpose grease. I didn't know that WD-40 even makes grease. So they're like, yeah, we make grease. I'm like, send some my way. We'll use it. The stuff that we use now, this is number 2. We use number 2 for most of our applications. The stuff that we're using now doesn't last worth for anything. I mean, if we had known that we could get this somewhere, we'd definitely be seeking this out because we just kind of use the generic brand stuff. It's just at our local store, and it's easiest to access that we've known of. But if we can get this, sure as heck, see how it does. So here we've got the true multi-purpose grease. This is the one that I'm going to be putting into the grease gun, just because right now we don't really have any use for the other 2, being as what time of year it is. So that was the first one. Second we got is high temperature grease. Number 2. Basically for all the heavier applications, anything that's going to be getting hot, you might want to use this for. And the other one is extreme pressure grease, probably thicker. Number 2, probably meant for things that weigh a lot, like a roller and forklifts and stuff like that. That'd probably be good for the Bobcat. So here's all the stuff that I got. Pretty sweet. Now, let's get down to work and replacing the grease in the grease gun. So now we have our grease gun. Now we know that it's spent. There is no more grease left in it. So what you're going to want to do is pull the plunger out of the bottom. And there we go. All right, so I pulled it off to the side. I locked it so that way I can just screw the end cap off. Now, all you got to do with the plunger down, since we pulled it down, what's going to happen is this. There goes the old can of grease. So, now what do you want to do? You want to pull the plunger back out, lock it. Now, this is where we start putting in our new can of grease. So first thing you do, there are two ends. There's a capped end, and then there's a lid end. You always want to start with the cap end. First, you got to take the cap off. Blue grease. This is the true multi-purpose grease. Now, the capped end that you just took off, stick down into the grease gun. It'll go all the way down. Now what you're going to want to do with it in there is pull off the lid. I kind of like the color of that blue. Blue's my favorite color. All right, so now we just took the lid off. All you have to do is get your cap, screw it back on. Now, as easy as this seems, I have actually gotten a lot of requests for me to make a video like this because for some of the younger farmers who are just getting into it, they don't really know quite a lot about farming, who are looking to get into farming. So I've gotten a lot of questions on how to do this. And it's really simple. It's just one of those things that once you know how to do it, you know how to do it. And then once you got the cap back on, you can release the plunger, push it back up in. Now we're set to go. So there you have it. That's how you refill a grease gun. Now here we're standing in front of the rake. We've got two flat tires on it, looks like, but it's not like we'll be using it anytime soon. So, stick that on there. So there our older grease is coming out the bottom. So, flows pretty good. So there you have it. Now, greasing on a farm is one of those things that everybody does. It's not optional, and it's something that you really don't want to start slacking on, because if you don't keep your equipment greased, you're going to have problems. And I mean, as far as greasing your equipment goes, I mean, basically everybody does it the same. You can't really differ much. You just got to keep your equipment greased. And hopefully this grease will do better than our generic brand, which, you know how generic brands go. I'm sure it will do way better, because even Travis said that, you know, we need to start changing grease because that stuff just doesn't hold up. It drips out and it doesn't stay in there. So I'm looking forward to getting to using this stuff this summer. And I'm sure all this stuff will come into use within the next few months as we start getting headed into planting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out all of our other ones. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. All How Farms Work. And we'll see you next time.